Hello, hello. There we go. There, you should be hearing me now. Sorry about that. Some minor technical issues, but it looks like everything should be working now. Hope everyone's good. Hello. There we are. We are back. Sorry about missing out last week. Had a bit of the crud going around, but feeling much, much better this week. So, very, very excited about that. Back ready to do some drawing live some more. Probably wondering what you're looking at here on my screen and or on my table. This is some fan art I did yesterday. I was streaming live with Creative Faye and Fabrizio Aiello, two great people. This is Fabrizio's character, Horace H. Hoover. Just want to shill for him a little bit because he's become a friend of mine. These are his comics that he's created. He's got 3 out currently. Issue 4 will be starting a Kickstarter soon, so keep an eye out for that. It's a real fun, very fun story about, this 1920s era kind of pulp detective guy who deals with, the supernatural, but has a vacuum cleaner for a head because he can. And it's just a lot of good fun, very smartly written, grand old time. So, good fun, highly recommend that. But this week, we are going to draw the great Ash Williams from the Evil Dead franchise, which I happen to be a huge fan of. So, I thought that was a good fitting. I was really struggling trying to come up with, what would be a good kind of final, spooky character for the Halloween season, since this is the last week of October. What would be just a great way to cap it off? And Ash Williams came to mind. I just thought, groovy. So there we go. And my microphone's buzzing a little bit. Hope that's not coming through to you guys. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I'm going to try something a little bit different than what I've been doing. I've been messing around with this for the last couple of days, using a blue pencil to do my rough ends, and then going in normal with my other pencils, and that's been actually working out rather well, so I figure we'll go ahead and try that again. See how this goes. So, let me go ahead and I got some reference here on my screen so I can, not have to completely make it up from memory. So, I had this image in my head. I kind of wanted to do a bit of an homage to Frank Frazetta. Not like any one piece in particular, but just kind of, he often has the hero up on the hill, and then he has these little, monsters or whatever coming up at him. So the goal is to draw this kind of light so it won't be too bad or too hard, easy to see. Hopefully that's coming through. Anyway, it'll be easy enough to see. It'll be easier to see soon enough. Let's see. Anyway, I want to get him up here. I kind of want him holding his boomstick up here over his head. He's going to be gripping that. And then then he's going to have his chainsaw hand kind of out. Let's see. Yeah, I have him kind of facing this way towards us. And then yeah, they've got that. Let's see. course, young Bruce Campbell, you know, in the Army of Darkness movie, it seems like, you know, every picture you look at, his shirt is in some various, you know, version of falling apart. Alrighty, so then let's kind of do this, have his chainsaw hand like this. Then we'll have the blade like that. There's a little bit of a handle here. So then we can have this arm kind of like that. This is my boomstick. Yeah, I love that. The first time I saw this movie, Army of Darkness anyway, I was living in Grand Rapids, Michigan at the time, and so that scene where he's telling everybody, you know, this gun was manufactured in Grand Rapids, Michigan, it was very exciting. It was one of those fun little, like, oh, hey! Because Grand Rapids doesn't get mentioned a whole lot in movies and television, so that was kind of a fun little surprise. Let's see. Gotta beef him up a little bit. Now, I'm not great with likenesses, so I'm gonna try to caricature him a little bit. Now, luckily, Bruce Campbell, it's pretty easy to do that with. He's just got that big jaw, kind of that sharp nose. So, hopefully, I can do it justice here. Okay, so I kind of want him, yeah, so his knee is going to be like this, coming at us. And then his thighs will be like that. Like that. And then I want I'm going to have a Deadite coming up behind him like this. Gonna let him be a little knock-kneed, because this guy is technically, you know, dead, so we'll let him stay that way. We'll throw, you know, this hand out here. Kind of getting the kind of want to look like this guy's crawling up here. And then we'll do like one head, like one bad guy's head, like right up here. I got a little skull reference, so hopefully that should come in handy. Now you may be wondering, if he's got the shotgun and he's got zombies coming after him, why is he holding the shotgun up in his hand and not pointing it at the zombies? Well, we'll just say he's out of ammo. Just say he's out of ammo and we'll just go with it. Okay. One of the things I'm liking about this blue line is because it's so light, and I know that none of these lines are final, I can just kind of change things as I go without having to, you know, race so much, and I don't really have to commit to anything. I can just do it, you know, rough it in real loose. And figure it out as we go. Let's see. These guys are probably going to be mostly in shadow, I think. This guy's probably going to be mostly too. We're going to shadow that with some rough rock textures in there. We'll get kind of like a mountain thing in the background. Maybe kind of throw the castle in there. Get some crenellations. I'm just throwing in a castle. I'm not worried about making this the exact one from the movie. Although that one actually is in the poster, so why don't I do that? And I'll just, well, there's a, one of the towers of it is kind of like this, and then it kind of comes up like that, and there's all these windows. So I can do that next to this. And then we'll just kind of, we'll add one more. It helps to make the sound effects, you know. I'm already having some fun with this one. Okay, so then we'll just give him kind of that sharp, angular nose, and the big chin. And his hair is just kind of like that, and then we'll just kind of go like so. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that or how well it's coming across on camera, but that's kind of the very rough blue line. That's about as probably as detailed as I'm going to get with the blue line, and then I can come in here with the graphite pencil, and this is where I can actually come in and make my final lines, or at least final pencil lines, I should say. I'm still going to ink it, obviously, but this just saves me from having to erase all that underdrawing, so it actually is a little bit quicker. Now again, I'm not great with likenesses, so this is going to be kind of a caricature of Bruce Campbell here. Let's see. This here is my boomstick. Let's see. Yeah, you gotta get the big jaw. Big chin, I should say. And then he's got the strap. It's kind of holding the chainsaw on around him. There's so many erasers. Oh yeah, his shirts are all tattered up, his sleeves are all ripped. He's been through an ordeal, this guy, you know. So his jeans are gonna be pretty well wrinkled. This will probably all just get inked out. I'm just going to put X's for the shadow areas just so I know that, yeah, where I'm going to black out when I ink it. I'm not going to fill them in with the pencil right now because, frankly, that just takes up time that we don't need to. He's got this double barrel, break action double barrel shotgun, which I love. Yeah, it's not quite a sawed off, but I've noticed by looking at the reference that it's not quite like a sawed off barrel length, but it's definitely shorter than a lot of your typical double barrels you see side by side. So it's been a while. It's been a long time since I've seen those movies, I must confess. I can't remember. Does he cut it? Does he cut the barrel down? I can't remember. Yeah, that's right. I need let me get my reference here. There we go. Needs a trigger in there so he knows how to, so he's actually able to fire it when he does have ammo. Well, the brake action lever would be covered by his hand, so I'm not going to worry about that. I got some reference here from the movie that I'm looking at here. So then he's got, yeah, kind of that kind of grip on there. We go. Boom. There we go. And his hair is kind of getting in his face and just a little bit everywhere. Not quite a mullet, but just real shaggy. Let's see. Yeah, it looks a little too mullet. It looks a little too much like a mullet, and I don't want that. I don't want him having a mullet. Nothing against mullets, it's just that's not what he has. I mean, I wouldn't wear a mullet. if I didn't have to. Which is why I don't, because I don't have to. Thank God. Okay, now I gotta make this. Yeah, so his shirt, like I said, is in various forms of tatters depending on the image you're looking at here. So let's just. Well, he's got the strap regardless, so. That's right. So this strap's around his shoulder like that, and then this other strap here takes it around his torso. So there we go. Like so. And in this image, his shirt is kind of just, this area of his shirt is kind of torn, so we'll just do that. Collar's all kind of messed up. He's gonna have a bunch of shadow under his chin. Oh, really. There's gonna be a lot of shadow on this piece. Is probably the goal for the sake of time, but I also think it'll just look cooler when we do it that way. Okay, so we got this guy. The other thing I kind of like about the Evil Dead movies is like the monsters they're creepy, but there's also a bit of a kind of a tongue-in-cheek nature to them, you know. So they don't. Yeah, so I can kind of get away with making them a little bit on the goofy side if I really want to. So make that hand a little smaller. There we go. Yeah, I really want it to feel like this guy is. This guy's got, yeah. Get some deadite. Groovy. So who's this one? Yeah, there's this one dude. I got a picture of one deadite that was really cool looking. There he goes. Yeah, let's see. Maybe I can make him this guy. But yeah, I can have a little fun here. Just kind of making things up. That's not gonna be black here. Now some of these deadites, because this is set like in the Middle Ages, some of these guys are wearing, you know, like plate armor and stuff like that. So maybe I'll do that with this guy. kind of like that, you know. You just get his hands in there. He's like trying to grab for him. Maybe he's just bone from the waist down. I don't know. For some reason that idea makes me laugh. But I don't have time to pull up shin bone anatomy, so we'll just shadow that all up probably. So this will probably all just be shadow. And of course we got the a little handle there. I don't think I'm going to bother drawing the different chain links, because I picture this thing just whirring, you know, it's riding, it's revving, it's spinning too fast to really see that. And we gotta get this guy. For some reason I just picture this guy having a huge nose. Oh yes, that's my reminder for my Ko-fi page. If you guys are interested, if any of you out there are interested in supporting me and guaranteeing that there's a character drawn that you want to see, you can support me by going to the Ko-fi page, which is on the screen, as well as what the chatbot just put in there. Any donations of $5 or more, you get to, in the message section, put in the character that you want me to draw, and I will add it to the queue in the order that it was received. So we had a couple of really good donations recently, and yeah, that Judge Dredd that I did and the Marcus Phoenix that I did were all requests, so from some very generous folks. So I'm currently out of the queue right now, so it's all, everything's open. So yeah, so I made this choice to do Ash just because I thought it would be kind of fun. What time is it? Oh, we're in great shape. Okay. Cool. I think I kind of want to, you know, kind of lean him. Like he's trying to make a run for him, but just doesn't have it in him. these castles in just to get them in here. Let's see. Okay. I don't know. Something about this guy's still not really gelling with me. I don't know. Let's see. There's this one dude I found in the reference I thought was kind of cool looking. You know what? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, I'm going to use it kind of as a... I'm going to try doing this as more, kind of like almost like a photo or like a movie poster element here. So we'll have this guy. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I want to make sure. Okay, here we go. This guy's got some weirdness in his face. I thought he had kind of a cool look, so maybe we can. I figured. Make sure I get that shape right, because he's kind of got the... Okay. Hey, Mom, how's it going? Thank you. Glad you're liking it. Just getting to the inking stage now, so... Yeah, I'm having some fun with this one. This one's... Yeah. Just picturing Bruce Campbell here just going groovy. Kind of treating it a little bit like a movie poster, so that's why I got this bad guy face in the background. Yeah, a lot of these guys here are going to be blacked out, but I want to make sure that I get... I got to make sure I get Ash here, correct? Yeah, I'm not the greatest at likenesses, so I'm gonna kind of caricature this up a little bit. Hopefully I can capture his, big chin and kind of that sharp nose he's got. Thanks, Kent. Appreciate that. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's a little better look at it. I'm still kind of getting it all in there, but yeah, that's kind of the gist. Bear with me one moment here. Had to find the real small marker here. Yeah, you gotta get that cleft in there if you're gonna be doing a young Bruce Campbell. You gotta get that cleft in the chin. This is my boomstick. Okay. I'm probably going to thicken up this outline quite a bit as we go. I'm just kind of using this right now, just kind of as a block in, just to kind of get everything in place. So I got this shape here, and then we got, let's see, this strap kind of bolts, kind of wraps here, kind of locks in there. And straps around him like that. Gonna have some tears in his shirt because, of course. What's the name of the show Bruce Campbell was on? Well, this was the Evil Dead movies, primarily the third one called the Army of Darkness. He was on a Western kind of comedy show that I'm blanking on the name of. I've only seen a handful of episodes, but that show was pretty fun. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I was trying to think of a good, what's a kind of a good final kind of character to draw for the big, for the last week of Halloween, October kind of stuff. And I just thought, well, we already did Nosferatu, and so I just thought, you know what the heck? Let's go ahead and do Army of Darkness. I don't think I've ever drawn Ash Williams before, which is the character, so he's fun, because, these movies, yeah, they have those kind of scary elements to them, but there's a lot of humor in them as well. So yeah, it's just fun. Although Army of Darkness was originally going to be called Medieval Dead, and I'm kind of sad they changed that, because that would have been an awesome name for a movie. But oh well. What you gonna do? Let's see. There. Gotta get the boomstick in there. Yeah, but if anybody watching knows the name of that Western show that he was on back in the day, throw it in there. Because I know, well, he's done a few things, but there was a show that he did that I really liked called Burn Notice. He's a little bit older in that one. But that was a great show. How many movies in the series? Well, I only count 3. They've done some remakes, which I don't know. I haven't bothered to watch them, frankly. And then there's the TV show called Ash vs. Evil Dead, which I have watched a little bit of that. I need to watch more of it, but what I've watched has been great. Bruce Campbell as Ash is just one of those all-time great kind of, he's just such a great character. I love that in the early episodes of that first season, he's going to go meet this girl's parents who he believes are Deadites, and she's all like, no, they're just normal people, so be polite. And he just goes, I'll be polite until I'm rude. And you're like, yep, that's Ash. Hail to the king, baby. Burn Notice? Yeah, Burn Notice is a great show. Probably one of my favorite episodes of that show involving Bruce. He was a regular character on the show, but yeah, there's just a great episode where they got these two rival gangs that were causing a lot of problems for other people. They kind of tricked them into having a bit of a gang war and thinking that the other gang was trying to start something with the others. And anyway, so the end of the episode, it ends with them all sitting in a house talking, and then they all start yelling at each other, and then they all draw guns, and they're all pointing guns at each other and shouting and everything, and then the camera cuts outside to Bruce Campbell out in the lawn, and he just shoots in the ground, and you just hear all these guns going off inside the house. It's so good. Let's see. For some reason I keep feeling like I have a lot less time than I do. Alright, this is cool. Okay, I want to get him here. This guy's gonna have some shoulders. And a little bit of that. Oh, so that would be kind of funny if he. Yeah, these guys are all going to be silhouetted out, so I'm going to come back with them, come back and deal with these guys with a different tool, probably with the, whatchamacallit, the calligraphy pen. This thing does great. This thing's great for, you know, when I want to get those big, blocky, chunky shapes. I like those. So now I got to get the chainsaw hand in there. Groovy. Hope you guys' Mom and Ken, I hope your trip went smoothly. We're just gonna kind of see if I can give the I want to try to give the appearance of this chainsaw blade spinning. There we go. Some kind of engine cover thing, I think. I don't remember. But anyway. Internet said Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat, 1989 horror western. Also adventure. Briscoe County Jr. was the one I was thinking of. Yes, trip went great, awesome. Yeah, Briscoe County Jr. was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, I've only watched a handful of episodes of that show, but man, that's a very, very fun show. Highly recommended. Back in the day when they made good TV. Bruce Campbell is very much Bruce Campbell in that, and I mean that in the best ways. This here is my boomstick. Okay. Let me at least get him blocked in. I'm going to use number 3 for him. 1993 TV series. Yes. They made some great TV back then, man. Good stuff. But yeah, that shows a lot of fun. Yeah, it's kind of a comedy western. Yeah, I need to watch these movies again. It's been way too long. I'm usually better at movie quotes, but the one quote that I really remember is, trying to keep this a PG-13 channel, so I won't quote that, but but it's a classic. The other one I remember, is "This is my boomstick, manufactured in Grand Rapids, Michigan." And having lived in Grand Rapids, Michigan, I found that fun. Maybe this guy's already missing a hand. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe this guy's hand's already fallen off. Here we go. Have some fun adding those little stories in there. Okay, so now we gotta get this guy in here. I want to get him. Yeah, this guy's gonna have some fun textures, skin textures to play with. Yeah, and since I'm not planning on coloring this, I guess that gives me a bit more time to get detailed with the inks, which is kind of cool. Yeah, this guy had some kind of like heavy brow textures going in. Let's see. Maybe I can see if I can zoom in on him here a little bit. Bear with me. Don't know if that helps or not. Hopefully you can kind of see a little bit more of what I'm doing here. Just going to try to be mindful of if I do move that camera again. I just want to make sure or if I move somewhere in the picture here, or at least try to keep it in frame. This kind of detail is really fun, just kind of that real, just craggy, kind of gross texture that his face has. And it's just kind of fun. You can be a little messy with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I do want to make sure that this helmet gets proper thickness, because this is everything's supposed to be sitting under this. So. Let's go ahead and bust this guy out here. Go. Keep forgetting to talk about things. See, trying to think. Oh yeah, I finally saw the Corpse Bride for the first time ever. That was an experience. Still haven't quite decided fully what I think of that movie. I've been kind of processing it. I think, all in all, I did have some fun with it. I thought the character designs of that movie were definitely the big highlight. I really liked how extreme they could be. And it definitely had me curious to see where it was going to go. But, I'm not going to sit here and say it's a movie I'm dying to go see again. I'm dying to watch again. And I know it's an old movie, so it's probably not really all that interesting to hear what I have to say, but there it is. If you're curious, there it is. It's an interesting movie, to say the least. Yeah, I'm kind of hit and miss on the. I'm kind of hit and miss on the Tim Burton aesthetic. On the live stream yesterday with Fabrizio and Creative Faye, we kind of got talking a little bit of about Tim Burton, and yeah, Fabrizio made some good points. You know, it's like when he was at his peak, man, he made some great stuff, but. But, you know, again, his aesthetic is definitely kind of more of a, you know, it's a matter of taste. If you like it, great. If not, oh well. Like, even the second Beetlejuice was fun for what it was. I don't think it was as good as the first one, but I had a lot of fun with it. It got a couple genuine chuckles out of me. Oh, I will say though, I did see a trailer today for an upcoming comedy that I'm kind of I'm kind of into now. I'm debating about whether or not to say the title because it's kind of a, yeah, I know. But it's basically a spoof of, it's kind of like an Airplane style spoof on the what's that chick show all the girls watch about the royal family, but like with the mix of the you know, of like a murder mystery kind of thing, like an Agatha Christie style murder mystery. But it's just, you know, the detective shows up after someone, you know, mysteriously died, and he's got this crazy, you know, Poirot type mustache. There's a shot of him taking it off and like hanging it up like a hat and then putting on a different mustache. And that kind of stuff, which I'm like, okay, all right, I'm into. There was a grammar joke that I appreciated. But that does look funny. I'm excited to see some comedies coming back, you know? Can't tell if this is making sense or not here. Let's just kind of do this. It's kind of getting a little more of a Frank Miller-esque kind of look to it, and I'm not mad about that. Okay, so now we really gotta get Ash to stand out here. Now that this guy's been done, I kind of really want to need to make him pop. Well, first we're gonna fill in all those luscious locks. Sorry, it is. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we don't lose him in the composition here. So anyone all out there, do you guys have any plans for Halloween? Any idea what you're gonna... Are you guys gonna dress up? Anybody gonna dress up or go trick-or-treating or give out candy, you know? Yeah, my Halloween plans kind of fell through, so I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'm gonna be doing. funny. It isn't until Halloween ends that I'm like, oh man, I should have dressed up as, you know, yada yada yada. And then of course I never think about that when it's actually time for Halloween, and Halloween's, you know, actually in the right season, actually coming around. I can never think of anything. Let's see here. Let's see. We'll just do this. Yes, we're just gonna do a bunch of silhouettes here. Hand out candy to the kiddos. Most people seem to do trunk or treat events. Yeah, that's true. That's kind of a thing, you know. I mean, on the one hand, I get it, but it is kind of sad. You know, you don't see as many trick or treaters as, you know, these days. I remember the first year I got to go trick or treating with my friends, without parental supervision. Oh my God, I felt like such a grown up. I felt like such a man. It was great. Yeah, me and my buddies just walked wherever we wanted and went, and it was fun. Different time, different times. I've always thought about that, you know, like somehow some people kind of give out little pranks for, you know, trick-or-treaters. Like I've heard about, you know, the dreaded caramel onion some people have given out. I mean, like, not that I'd want it, but on the other hand, it does kind of make me laugh that somebody would do that. Here, let's just... Sometimes you just need a big brush. Favorite costume I can remember. That's a good one. Well, the first one that comes to mind was I had this ninja costume that I wore probably like 4 years in a row. That was pretty cool. One year I went as the White Power Ranger, which was awesome. I'm trying to think. It was a little extra challenge, you know, growing up in Michigan, because you had to fit your costumes over your snow gear. I did win a contest. I did win a costume contest in college. I was dressed as Ghostface from Scream, but the scary movie version. So he had, you know, kind of the goofy looking face with the mask. I was rather proud of that one. Now though, I thought it'd be kind of fun if I should get what I'd love to do now, yeah, if I can get like the right wig and shirt and all that, it'd be kind of fun to do like a Bob Ross. We'll just say Bob Ross grew his beard out and got a bit bigger. And then I can just sit there, Dog, like, hey, just give us a little happy trick-or-treat. That's all. Just a happy little trick-or-treat. No pressure at all. You know you want to give a good trick-or-treat. You know that's what you want. But I do remember when I was a kid in school, there was one kid in my class. He had this shirt with all those, little mini cereal boxes on it, and they all had a bunch of pins through them, or a bunch of holes and stuff through them. And he called himself a serial killer. I thought that was kind of funny. Get it? Because he had, like all the different cereal boxes with holes in them. I thought that was pretty clever. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember it was a while back, a couple years ago, I was watching that show Doug, which was a classic cartoon from my era growing up. And I could only ever watch it when I was at my cousin's or my parents' house, or my grandparents' house, because it was on Nickelodeon. But of course, with streaming and everything, you can find everything now. But there was a Halloween episode where Roger, who's kind of the bully character, him and his cronies, they show up at the Halloween dance, and one of them's dressed up as a screwdriver, and one's dressed up as a hammer, and one's dressed up as a saw. And then it just kind of hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, they're tools. And I just died laughing. I was like, that is genius. Let's see. Man, that cracked me up to no end. I was like, man, they knew how to write back then. Let's see. I've learned when people ask you what tools you use, just say yes. All of them. Hey, Jake, thanks. You look great. Hope all is good with you. Don't know if you just got here, but yeah, we were talking about Halloween plans. And I remember there's a kid, and just costumes and stuff that we remember that were fun. I dressed as a ninja for probably 3 or 4 years in a row. You don't have any Halloween plans? Nah, that's fair. Yeah, I know a lot of people are doing those trunk or treat things nowadays. But yeah, I was just talking about there's this one kid when we were in elementary school. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, one kid had this t-shirt that he had a bunch of those little personal size cereal boxes, and they all had holes in them, and he called himself a serial killer. I think he had like a Jason mask or something. I thought that was pretty funny. Let's see. Trying to make this look somewhat respectable. It's funny, it's like every time I'm going, nah, I'm kind of done using a brush, I always find myself going back to using a brush. There's just something about it that I like. So how you been doing though, Jake? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, on the stream last night with Fabrizio and Creative Faye, Fabrizio mentioned that I need to watch Sleepy Hollow, which is on my list of movies to watch. So I'm thinking I might try to watch that on Halloween. Or at least around Halloween. I don't know. I do need to watch that soon, because I've heard a lot of people say that was a good movie, so I need to... That one's on my list. We went to a trick-or-treat thing at elementary school. My costume, a few T-Rexes, a pack of Tic Tacs. That's fun. That's awesome. Yeah, well, I know for me, if I do ever do anything for Halloween, like, I never think of what I should wear until after Halloween is over, and then I'm like, oh man, I should have dressed up as such and such. And yeah, I don't really have any Halloween parties to go to, so I don't really have anything to plan for right now, but I was thinking, man, that would be kind of cool to do like a Bob Ross or something. Like, I could do Ash Williams, but then I'd have to shave and lose weight and lose my hand and replace it with a chainsaw, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to make that kind of commitment. Hail the king, baby. Got a couple windows. Kind of basing this castle a little bit off of the movie poster. Oh, I'm off screen. Saw the perfect man that could be Marcus Phoenix. Oof. Hope he's on our side. There we go. That would be awesome. Goal, Baird. We're pinned down. Go. Now. Ah, that'd be awesome. I know, it's too bad they didn't do the, well, maybe in hindsight it isn't, but I know there was talks about doing a Gears of War movie forever, and I always thought the guy that voiced Coltrane should play him, because, oh my god, he looked like him too. He not just obviously sounded like him, he voiced him, but yeah, he looked like him too. He's a bit older now, but man, back in the day, that guy would have been awesome. Coltrane, baby! Let's see. I want this to look a little bit farther away. This is where impatience becomes a problem with the brush. How we doing? Oh, we still got a half hour? Oh man, we're looking real good. We're looking real good. Let's see. I might try to do a little more. Let's see. I might try to do a little more work on that shotgun, maybe. Put some more shadows on his fingers here. A little more thickness under the barrel. I don't think it needs a whole lot. You know what? Let's just... Just to kind of make a match, let's just... When in doubt, black it out. That's what they say. But yeah, no, it's kind of cool. I've been working on, I don't know if any of you guys watching are familiar with the comic book company called the Rippaverse. They're doing a fan art contest. Well, they're doing a, they have a bunch of different categories in terms of things you can enter, but the one I'm interested in is the fan art. And I'm working on a 2-page sequential story for them using one of their characters. Having a lot of fun with that. It's not done yet by any means, so I'm not going to show that probably until it's done. But like I say, I have been having a lot of fun working on that. So far, I'm kind of trying to use this blue pencil method to with it to kind of just see if I can use it to, you know, work on my own Domini story and see if I can help use that to just speed things along and get a bit more of a reliable, you know, system going. There. Since we got some time, I kind of feel like throwing another guy in here climbing. So let's just go ahead and do that, just for funsies. He's pretty much going to be all silhouette. So I'm not worried about penciling him in. I'm just going to kind of Just gonna kind of wing it. What's up, Adam? Got me pulled up on the TV. Oh man, hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Having a grand old time drawing some Army of Darkness or Ash Williams, and I was really struggling to think of like, man, who would be the best character to end like the Halloween, time period with, and that ended up being this groovy dude. Groovy. I've been playing him quite a bit in Fortnite too, so that probably helps. But yeah, how you been doing, brother? I don't know, that kind of looks like something. Yeah, I might have gotten a little cocky there. Let's see here. Trying to think what else we can add into this. I got some. Still got about a half hour to go, so I'm trying to think of some things I can add. This is going a little bit smoother than I was expecting, so which is always a good thing. I'm kind of having fun with this piece, so I'm not quite ready to be done with it. But let's see. Always. Detail him up a little bit more. Where's my super small master? Yes. Always. And here like so. Really. I don't know if that's reading on camera or not. But here, let me try zooming in again. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Oh, sorry, bumped the camera. So I don't know how well this is even showing up, but this is just add a little bits of hatching here just to kind of round out the forms a little bit, add a little bit of extra detail. Since I got an extra, yeah, I got about 27 minutes left. I don't have any. I don't think I'm quite gutsy enough to try to color this. So I'm probably not going to do that. But you know what? Let's see. This guy's kind of bugging me here. You know what? Happy accidents. Let's try this. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this guy right here is kind of bugging me a little bit, which isn't surprising because I got a little bit cocky with that one. So let's try. See if I can save it here. He's way too small compared to this guy. And you know what? If I just blend them in down here. Let's see. I can just blend them in down here. Kind of make them a bit bigger. You know what? Let's just there. When in doubt, black it out. As a great man once said, we don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents. So there you go. So now I'm just going to add a couple of these throughout the hill just to kind of give it a little consistency. Boom. And then we can go in with my smaller markers. Yeah, we'll go 0.1 should do it. And we can kind of fade out from it. So what's new with everybody going on out there? I realize I keep forgetting to talk. So what have you guys been up to? Any new movies or TV show you guys have seen, or yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it comes out for another week or two. But yeah, I am definitely excited for that Frankenstein movie by Guillermo del Toro. I couldn't find anywhere around me where it was playing in theaters, so I'm gonna obviously have to wait for it to come out on Netflix. But I am definitely looking forward to that one. And of course, Robert Eggers doing a werewolf movie that I'm stoked about. And yeah, I was saying earlier, I saw a trailer for a new comedy coming out. Kind of looks like a it's basically like an Airplane style comedy, parodying Downton Abbey with a mix of like a murder mystery involved. It's spelled Fakhem Hall. This is a PG-13 channel, so I don't want to. I'll just stick with the spelling, but the trailer for it, I'm not gonna lie, looked pretty hilarious. So I'm kind of excited about that. I think I might do just to pop them out a little bit more. Let's see. Let's see. Oop. Let's miss this little spot here. Just out of curiosity, I want to try something. This may or may not work, but let's see. Okay, yeah, I like that. I do like that. All right, let's do this. Let's go. You know what? Actually, hold on one moment. Let's see. I don't know if I have one big enough to fit all that in. That's a little hair. But what I can do, let's see. You know what? Nah, I've already started, so let's just go with it. Groovy. Hopefully that looks at least a little bit like him. So. Ah. I don't know. I think that looks pretty decent, if I dare say. Let's see. There's a better look at his face. There's one of the big bad deadites right there. Kind of looming in the background, where you got some deadites down here trying to crawl up there. You got a couple coming behind. You got one coming behind him. You got the boom stick. Got the chainsaw for the arm. Castle in the background. What more could you want? What more could you want? So I think I might just call it there before I ruin this any further. So, yeah, anybody that's hung around and stayed for the show, I really do appreciate it. Space pretty darn close. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not great with likenesses, so I try to just do more of a caricature. And the beauty about his face is he's got that big chin and that sharp nose. So I figured, yeah, as long as I nail that, it should be good to go. But thank you for that. So once again, before I go, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Fabrizio Aiello. He does these Horace H. Hoover books, which are a lot of fun. They're kind of more of the they're kind of these more pulpy adventure, set in the 1920s New York. But this guy, he does all these detective-y kind of stuff dealing with supernatural elements. There's a lot of humor. I did this fan art piece of him yesterday when I was live talking with him. He's a good dude, so go check his stuff out. He's gonna have a Kickstarter launching soon for issue 4. And I'm currently working on my own submissions for an art contest with the Rippaverse. And otherwise, yeah, if you guys want to support me and request any future characters drawn in the show, you can support me at the Ko-fi page, which is on the screen. Ko-fi.com/GollumWolf. I greatly appreciate it. $5 and up allows you to guarantee a character on the queue, and they will be drawn at the order, and the order they are received. Otherwise, yeah, I think that will do it for this week. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Almost forgot to sign it. Can't do that. Can't have that. Let's see. Where should I sign it here? Let's just do it right here. Whew, that was close. Phew. That was close. All right. Thrilled now. Thank you guys, everybody, for hanging out and watching. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing this piece, actually. Yeah, kind of excited to see what we do going forward. Thank you so much for. I did. I promise. It's signed. See, look, it's right there. Whew, that was close. So close. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys, everybody, so much for watching, hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Once again, my name is Tim, otherwise known as Gollum Wolf on the interwebs, and I will see you next week for Tuesday Night Draw.